Truck it on.
Doctors, roll out. You're watching or listening to We Got Your 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime. We the people, the People's Patriot Project.
Looking for a place to put your skill set, your thoughts, and ideas, or want to help continue the mission? You have come to the right place. We are the People's Patriot Project, and we are the shock and awe when it comes to meeting the needs of our veterans and first responders. We are dealing with a new enemy in today's world where the wounds are not always seen. We want you to be a part of this mission in saving lives and making a difference. Welcome to We Got Your 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime. Here's the WeP3 Team bringing you today's best heroes hits in the boots on the ground organizations that are saving lives. And as always, Patriot Pride.
Left, your left, left, right, your left. You got it!
Truck it on.
Hello and welcome to our show. It is August 21st. Welcome to our show. It's August 21st, and this is Andrea Eichmann with the People's Patriot Project. I'm here to welcome you. Tonight, we have got an amazing guest named Sean Laurie, also known as Veteran Guy. Every week, we bring you our podcast / live show on Facebook. And during that show, we have a guest. Many times we have also a new musician. We sit around, we share the good, sometimes not always so good things happening in our world. We might also have a special guest stopping in later to kind of debrief us on what he's been up to. Before we get started with these guests, we do ask that you take off your hats, stand, and cover your heart. And please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we made it through that little piece, Peterson.
We did it. Did we do it?
So I'm in a different location.
Got it fixed.
Oh, you're no more rain on the tin roof, huh?
Yeah, hopefully that works for now.
Awesome. Scotty Hastings.
Doing a little.
We'll take you for a minute or we'll take you for an hour, Scotty. It's good to see you here.
It is always.
I jumped ahead. And of course, we got Dan, a.k.a. Angie Hudson, watching us. Timothy Allen Franklin, good to see you. We're ready to roll with everything we've got rolling there. Tammy, awesome. Tammy's here. We got a Facebook user. Hello, guys and gals. Thank you for that piece. But I don't know who you are. And Beth, nice to see you.
I can see everybody.
It is shoot, you guys. It's getting towards the end.
Oh, cow.
It's the end of August, and here we are, like super summer days, right?
Yes, I can't believe that it's already into August already.
Yeah, those of you that don't go back to school in the fall, you have no idea how sad it gets towards this part of the year for us. So, yeah, yes, I mean, exciting. It gets really exciting as well, but you know.
How fun is this in the fact that our crowd, our following, our supporters are just coming out of the woodworks right now, and I mean, we've got a solid bunch of new people that I've
I tagged about 30 of my followers, bro.
Oh, that's awesome, man! That is awesome.
Yeah,
love it.
Yeah.
And
I told them all about you guys and let y'all know what we were doing and let y'all know what y'all are about. So yeah, you're gonna get some subscribers tonight, my man.
I hope that's amazing. I love it. Oh, Tammy, you're such a good heart. Gosh dang you. That positive attitude will ruin my rotten day anytime, and I love it.
That is funny. Hey, Brian Paul. Good to see you, dude. I love your posts, man. They are always positive. Talk about positivity. Rolling in it, buddy. I love it. I love it.
You know, it's great when we have superstar guests, and then on top of that, we have superstar people that come in and just watch and see what's going on. And it's it tells me that we're doing the right things and that it's the right message. And me and veteran guy here, Sean, have actually had a couple conversations, you know, just in narrative about the positive message and what that does. I had a veteran this week that we had reached out, and we might even get into his words here a little bit. I did a post today. I talked to him this last week, and of course we narrowed it down to it's a male, but we try to give everyone their anonymity and be able to share. And we're not there yet. We're not quite there, and I get the pieces. I get the stigma pieces. I get the fact. Don't get me wrong. There's some people out there that I legitimately think are whining a bunch of times, and it's like, when do you have this conversation with them? It's like, you know what? Tighten up the bootstraps and let's go for guys and gals. But I have a personal relationship with this young man and his family, and you guys probably can't hear me now because it looks like I'm frozen. So
no, we can still hear. We can still hear.
Oh, you can.
Yeah.
I am having some kind of technical issue. I'm not quite sure what it is tonight. We'll get through it. We'll get through it.
It'll be fine.
What an amazing week. We got done with our R2R ride and the R2R event this last week. I can't load as many pictures as I'd like to onto our platform. Andrea had the amazing opportunity to hand off a guitar made by our one and only Dan Hudson with Operation Check 6 to the Every Third Saturday organization in Minneapolis for their Guitars for Heroes program. And how exciting is that? That's and I wish I have the picture, and we'll probably try and get it loaded up here in a bit, but Andrea having the chance to hand it off. 0 to no was had during this time. I mean, look at these hunyucks.
Look at those faces. Look at those faces. They're not having any fun, are they?
No, zero fun. Shannon Book with Deliberately Broken, Scotty Hastings, and Tim back there. Terrible time. And I'll get rid of this picture, load another one in. I think I ended up sweating through only 42 shirts over the 2 days. That might be an indicator of other things other than the fact it was just hot, and we were constantly moving, but there might be some other factors involved with that too. But, yeah. Andrea hangs a pork chop out of the side of her Jeep sometimes and tries to get me to exercise.
Pork chops. I don't even like pork chops. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Sean!
Yo,
Andrea,
Mark.
do you have something you want to say, Andrea?
No, I said it.
Okay.
You're good.
Tell the world what you do, man. I mean, it's I see every day. I mean, that's because it's a piece that I want to watch every day. And why do you do it? And what? Tell us what it is.
Well, long story short, man, really what I try to do is inspire people, not just veterans, which, is a huge reason why I do what I do. Obviously, I am a veteran. I served my country. I've been down that road, Those that know my story, I struggled with addiction for 10 years, struggled with, mental health problems, PTSD, depression, anxiety, had a lot of suicidal thoughts and stuff like that, man. And had a tough life prior to the military. And then I had a tough life after the military, during the military and after the military. For 10 years of just straight struggle, man, destroying everything in my way, destroying my own life, destroying my marriage, destroying everything. A lot of it came from because, I was forced out the military, and the military was a big passion of mine. My goal in life was to be a lifer. I wanted to retire from the military. I got to 9 years. I was a really good soldier. I was always said being a soldier was probably the best job I've ever done, and probably the best job I was ever really good at. I was very good at taking orders and direction and also being a leader. But obviously things happened, and I ended up having to get out of the military for physical reasons and mental reasons. And so after those 10 years of struggle, I wanted to be better. I wanted to be better. I got myself clean and sober in 2018. And after that happened, I just realized anybody can do it. Anybody. And I started seeing so many veterans and so many people in general, not just taking their life, but just not living their best life, just being miserable, letting their mental health define them, on drugs and alcohol, and just not living to their best version of themselves. And I was like, you know what? I just started sharing my story. I just started telling people, wow, I struggled for 10 years with addiction and I got through it. I struggle with my mental health, but I've gotten through it. I'm still here. And that's what really started in 2018. And it just created into this huge platform where now I'm a best-selling author and I travel and I got, 250,000 followers. Like, it's crazy how this journey went. But that's my why, is because I want to make a difference. I want to make a difference in somebody's life. I want to be that influencer. I want somebody to look at me and say, if this guy can do it, I know I can do it. And that's really my why, is I just want to help people become the best version of themselves through mindset. And I know I can do that.
That's awesome.
It's inspiring. And again, I just appreciate the fact that how many times do we see that there's a problem and we don't do anything about it? And that was kind of, I built the People's Patriot Project, and I was working on it, and I started in 2012. Well, 2018 comes along, and what have I done? We're still losing everyone 22, but 17 to 75 people a day. And I just spent another 6 years of allowing that to happen. And I don't think it's that hard. And so I appreciate the go-getters, and the part that we've really been focusing on, and someone brought it to my attention just recently, is the doers. Yeah. There's talkers and there's doers. And gosh, this is blowing up and this is amazing. I mean, we have a good crowd, but I love all these people reaching out and seeing. So we kind of go, and I think we need to hashtag this. What are you doing? And I think all of us can take a role in in making our world a better place. And yes, we focus on veterans and we focus on first responders.
Mm-hmm.
Necessarily mean that you have to be a veteran or first responder to get help from us, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you can't just be a good person. And pointing the finger,
Right.
It's always someone else's problem. And I love how you've taken the reins and said, you know what, this is my issue, this is my thing. I know, just because I've followed and I know your world a little bit, you have an amazing support person in your life who, I mean, let's be honest, should have kicked your ass to the curb. I mean, that's the truth.
Yeah.
And we try to make sure we focus on those people as well, because they didn't sign up for this stuff. They didn't for veterans and the first responders have to deal with an emotional concept or emotional ideology every single day that may spin or twist your reactions and pieces. What's the biggest thing you think you've learned through all this? I know I'm throwing you under the bus a little bit. We like to do.
The biggest thing that I've learned is that no matter what you're going through, no matter what the struggle is, you can beat it, you can achieve it if you want it. If you want it. You know, that was the biggest thing when it comes to addiction, right? I hear a lot of people say, man, you know, I want to get clean, I want to get sober, I want to make my wife happy or my husband happy or my kids happy or my family happy. And I'm like, you're not going to do nothing until you do it for yourself. If you do it for you, then it's going to happen. And just like with me and my journey, you know, just wanting to be an influencer, a public speaker, an author, a podcast host, you know, I wanted these things. So I made it happen. I wanted to be clean and sober. I made it happen because I wanted it. So the biggest thing I've learned is no matter what it is that you want in life, as long as you want it, you can go get it. You can make it happen.
I love the power and the control we all have within ourselves.
Yep.
If you push and drive it towards
mindset,
the
most powerful, like I consider myself a master mindset coach. I coach a lot of people. I have an entire Discord of people that I pretty much are under me, and they pretty much go out and spread what I teach them to others. And it's just beautiful because if you don't have the right mindset, ain't nothing gonna ever happen. You know, our mindset is so powerful. We think about it, you know, it's almost a lot like manifestation. I'm big in that too. You know, you believe it, you say it enough, it's going to come true. It's going to happen. You just got to believe it. And I'm just very big on that. Very big on that.
It is.
Oh, we lost our man.
There he went. I know what he was going to say. I don't know where he was going to go with it, but he was starting out with it is a mindset. And here's what, as you were speaking, I think sometimes we make it more difficult than it needs to be.
Oh, absolutely.
You want it, you go do it, you go get it. And some of us are like, well, what path should I take? What direction? Who do I need to talk to? Where do I go? What would people think of me? And by the time we're done thinking and sorting through all of that, we've missed several opportunities. Yep. And so put your mind to it, jump in and do it. And that is definitely, that's where it goes.
You know that 90% of people, I would even say even more than that. I would even go as far as almost 95% of people don't achieve their goals because they don't even get started. Because they don't even get started. People fail. 95% of people fail because they don't even get started because they're too scared or they're too worried about what that one person said, or they laughed at you and said that this was going to be a joke. You know what I mean? Like, right. You know, oh, you're going to be an author? Ah, ha, ha, I love to see that, right? And then you get this mentality like, oh, well, maybe this person's right. Or, oh, I love to see you create this people patriot, right? I'm sure you've had a hater in your life or somebody that doubted you. Okay, and if you would have listened to them, you wouldn't be here today, you know? So I really think that, you know, a lot of people that judge us and talk trash or try to make you feel bad for what you do or try to get you not to believe in yourself is because they're insecure of their own self. I mean, they look at you and it reminds them of where they are not. So when they're sitting there looking at me and looking at you and they're mad and they're angry and they want to see you fail, that's because they realize they haven't put in the work to get to where they need to be. And those are the people that I try to reach and say, look, if you want it, you can have it just as bad as, you can have it just like I got it, just like you have it, but you just got to put in the work and want it.
Isn't that just the,
as a just teacher, do it. Like you said, everybody overthinks. They want to overthink everything. Like, I know I did. Like, I'm working on my very first mastermind class, and I'm not going to lie, I'm a little nervous about it, but I know I got this. And I know that I can do it. And so I've been just working my tail end off, making it happen. And nobody taught me. I just know what to do, and I'm going with it. And failures are lessons, and lessons get us, where we need to go. We learn from our lessons, and we just take a chance and not worry about what people think about us and just go,
Absolutely. This is Dan Hudson. He's on here with us a lot. And he says, start with that person in the mirror and go get it. And then he brought up this question, do you find that helping others continues to help you? And I'm just going to jump in and say, that's like a driving force. That's a right. Restart. That's a reset. That's every time you do that, you just want to do it more. Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely, man. I look at it like when I first, obviously when I first doing Facebook, and then I started doing TikTok, it's an outlet. It's also an outlet for us. It's a way to communicate with other people. It's a way to, people say, well, you need to talk to somebody. Well, I talk to people every day, and I might be hearing your story, and I might be, helping you through your problems, but at the same time, it's helping me through my problems because I'm able to, analyze your situation, compare it to my situation, see how you handle it. It's an outlet. And I think that social media in that way is huge. Absolutely, man. I got a quote that I wrote about 3 years ago that says, don't just talk about it, be about it. And so absolutely, man, if you want it, you just got to go get it. Quit talking and go do it. But yeah, I think this is a huge outlet, and I think helping other people definitely help me. Yeah.
Well, we've found a few along the way that, and lately we find that, some of them even cancel out of their booking because they don't know how to share. They're out there trying to do their thing, right? And they get here, and we're here bringing everybody else to the table. If you want to help people, that's what we want to do. We want to help people. So we'll help you help people. You can help us help people. And there's 100 others out there. And some people are like, no, I don't know. That's not very comfortable for me. How do you work with other people kind of thing? And we want to bring those people on here to reach out and help others. Absolutely. Are there some intimidating people? Yeah, there's some intimidating people. Some people, they've just got it and they roll with it. And you're like, wow, I tried it. It didn't work. Great. Find something else to try. Then try another direction. Try another person. You guys are awesome. Look at
I love how you said that, help one person, help another person. That's kind of our philosophy over here at VetLife. We say that, one of my biggest goals, one of the biggest, our mission statement actually says, I'm here to help 1 million people, save 1 million people that save 1 million people. So by me being able to help somebody, and then they get their mindset right and they get where they need to be, then they turn around and they'll be able to help somebody else. And then it's just like a cycle. Every person that gets help helps somebody else, and they help somebody. So, save 1 million people that save 1 million people is what we say.
That is exactly. Look at that. There's your reinforcement. We have Ryan Schultz on here with us, popping in. Hi, Ryan.
Hello.
What's going on?
So you're still alive after fishing?
I am.
That's a big fishing weekend.
It was. I was up there for 5 days, fishing on Lake Superior, fishing for walleyes, and we made it home.
That's awesome.
You don't want to give away any secrets, but where do you find walleyes on Lake Superior?
They like shallow flats. So up on the Wisconsin side, all the way up to the Apostle Islands and stuff like that. And then in the St. Louis River, they congregate pretty heavy in there. So
cool. I was actually just out on I'm up at Lake of the Woods.
Oh,
And we
okay.
were hunting those elusive walleye. But actually we found a bunch today, but it's not like that every single day. So it's fun.
Well, cool.
It's very fun. Did you go up it wasn't just you on your boat? Did you have someone that you fished with?
Yeah, so I have a fishing partner that travels with me throughout the whole year, and he fishes the tournaments with me, and then at the end of the tournament we separate and go home. Then we meet at the next one.
Very cool.
Good
Very
stuff.
cool.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
Sean,
there's a lot
I
of.
miss
I got some friends that have a lot of things, fishing when it comes to veterans. I can't tackle. Y'all know who it is. My buddies know who it is. But there's some veteran organizations that take a lot of people out fishing. That's actually a good outlet for people and help them with their mental health and stuff. So fishing is a huge outlet for a lot of people.
It's a great pastime. That's actually where we met Ryan. I think it was sturgeon fishing the first time we met Ryan.
Yep.
Dinosaur fishing.
It was the sturgeon event with Hometown Heroes on the St. Croix River.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Tactical 22 is what it is. So yeah, so it's all based around helping people that struggle with mental health. So that's good stuff.
Yeah.
That is good stuff. I'm going to put this up. This is a positive thought. The stigma is slowly being erased. This Patriot Network and the connections we make every day are saving lives and making a difference. We all have been told no. That doesn't mean it's the wrong thing to do. Keep kicking ass, brother. I love it. Dan, you're making me swear. Remember, school's about to start. I was reading a word for a quote.
I love that. That's one thing that I've pushed, and I'm sure Mark's seen it too. Some of those videos where I talk about the stigma, that's huge, man. Like, the fact that a lot of us men, and I even say women as well too, right? Because women, either you're not strong enough or you're too strong. Like women have a huge problem too. But when it comes to men and the stigma, most of us were raised, we can't be emotional. We can't show sadness. We can't show any kind of weakness. And so for a lot of people to come out and show their emotions, especially as a man, they got to get through that stigma and realize, what, there are certain people that still look at you that way. But the majority of us men, we got your back and we don't feel that way. I mean, I was raised that way and it was hard. Like, it's still hard for me to show real emotion, like sad emotion, but I'm working on that and I'm not ashamed of it though. That's the difference. I'm not ashamed of it. If I ended up crying over something or being sad about something, then I'm openly sad about it. And it is what it is. Like I'm more stronger as a man to show those emotions than to hide it.
I am not a crier, and since we've done this, I can't tell you how many times I've gotten stuck in that situation where during our show, you bring up Eric Oligschlager and the Shadow Foundation and what we got to go through last weekend, being Shadow's birthday, and I just lift those people up, and then the absolute tears of joy that I've got to experience, because, and I by no means am I still have a hard time sharing with that. That's where I've gotten, but I'll tell you what, man. When we can throw down all kinds of pictures of people that we have met and we have been involved with over the last year, and we can constantly come up with pictures like this and seeing the joy in all these veterans. Of course, here's Eric. Oh, that's enough to make you cry right there.
I don't even know that guy, and it's making me cry.
I'm actually choking, not crying at this moment.
Well, that tutu actually raised enough money in one day to send a veteran through the Shadow program.
Yep.
So
Awesome.
Yeah, so he does that as a fundraiser every year. He'll wear it if you give. That's the thing.
Yep.
So, yeah.
And then sitting watching Shannon Book sing "Not Alone" this last weekend, and him pulling the people up onto the stage who've lost a brother and sister. Get out of here, man. There wasn't I don't care what kind of cowboy you are. There wasn't a dry eye in the whole county who heard that song. And it's we got to get that crap out of our heads. It's, I'm not going to be a blubbering idiot walking around. That's not my style. It's not who I am. It's not what I do. But, just the fact that, even getting your words out. And I know there are some jobs, where people side eye you if it looks like you've got a mental lapse or a breakdown for a moment, and get rid of that. But that's why we can have each other's back. That's why this organization, that's why teaming up with Sean and we've had Ryan in our network for a couple of years. I love the fact that every once in a while I just get to see Ryan's post, but then he texts and I text back and just the reach outs and the we got your six and your buddy checks. Right now is your buddy check time. I'm going to say it right now.
Yeah.
Everyone's got one of these. Hold it up. You got it right now. Take the time right now. I'll go through my messages. I'm going to, hey, what's up, bud?
Mark's favorite is he doesn't even necessarily ask the question. Sometimes it's just a simple with you.
Mm-hmm.
What's up? I'm here. Always here. Those.
If I could just tell you guys really quick, just to add to that, some proof of that. So my story when I was telling you guys, when I struggled for 10 years with drug addiction, and what I didn't tell you was I lost my best friend in 2016. He's somebody that I served with in the military. He became part of the 22. When that happened, it made situations worse for me. I just pretty much didn't care anymore. I was already, drowning myself in drugs and alcohol. And long story short, I ended up getting sick because I didn't have any meds. I didn't have any, anything. Started feeling sorry for myself. Started getting to a point where I was very suicidal. And I was going to do it. I was going to end my life. I was going to unalive myself. And I had a battle buddy that just kept calling me. He kept calling me. He's like, I think I made a random post maybe 6 hours prior. And, usually we talk on the phone with each other. So I wasn't answering any of his texts. He wasn't answering any of his phone calls. He called me like 5 times and he just kept blowing me up. And I finally answered the phone. And when I answered the phone, that's when we started talking. That's when he pretty much, gave me some tough love, some talking to. And because of that conversation, I changed my whole mindset. Like I wasn't even, not saying that I was cured, but I was out of it because I was able to talk to him about my feelings. I was able to talk to him about how I was feeling, what was going on. So absolutely battle buddies check help, because if it wasn't for that guy reaching out to me that day, I don't think I would have been here. I mean, he absolutely reached out over and over and over. He knew something was wrong. And so when I answered that phone call, we ended up talking for about 2 hours and it just changed everything. I was able to go to bed and, and obviously I'm still here, but I'm just saying battle buddy checks are very, very important. And I get people to do it to me daily. I mean, I literally look at my phone every day and I got about 25 messages just saying, hey man, keep your head up. Hey, I hope you're having a great day. Hey, we love you, whatever. And then I pick random people and I do the same to them. So I think it's very important, brother, to reach out to people.
100%. And if you think they're the strongest person in your platoon or in your squad or if you think they're strong, reach out to them, because it's usually those guys that are the leader that's up front that just needs, we call it lighten the load, man. Lighten the load. One little thing. And it's not a little thing. It's a huge thing. Real quick, I want to, Tony Turner, we're with you, brother. I see you're out dealing with your brother, so I appreciate that, man. Thank you for sharing.
Call out from Dan, just so you know, Dan. My family and I. There you go. Charlie Shore, thanks for being here.
I am sorry I missed a little bit of the conversation. I hope I don't have to. Did Ryan get to share why he was coming on tonight? He's bragging.
um, so I did share a little bit about my last fishing trip, and kind of shared like where the walleyes congregate and everything. But
Look at this dumb
no,
thing.
that
Look at it.
that is the reason why I'm here.
Yeah. And Pro Walleye Series, first picture. Share that story, buddy.
So the way this tournament runs is I'll just kind of give a brief description of the AIM Pro Walleye. It's a catch, picture, release, so CPR. So we catch the fish, we record it, we take a picture of it, and we throw it back in the water. So it really focuses on the health of the fish instead of getting put in a live well and thrown around in the boat for hours on end and coming to the docks dead. And so these fish are back in the water within a minute. And so that picture that Mark had up there was at check-in. The big sponsors of this tournament are Warrior and Yamaha. And last year, I reached out to Mark and said, "Hey, I want to donate a spot on my boat." And you can see in the picture that that's the placement of the People Patriot Project logo. There it is again, right on the back, and it's kind of a little action shot. But I chose that location on the boat just due to the word warrior actually on the boat. And I mean, everybody's a warrior in different ways. And we keep on fighting until we can't fight no more. So I shared that picture with Mark today, and I was like, "Hey, look it, you guys made the front page." And I have actually got a lot of interest in that logo during my tournaments of wondering what the logo means. And I don't know. I haven't really followed back with a lot of the guys because I've been busy, but I'm sure they've checked out the Facebook page and everything like that. And it just came to my mind, but my fishing partner is a veteran himself, and he's deployed a few times, and he's recently out of it. But he's part of the Hometown Heroes pro staff, so he runs the sturgeon event that I met you guys at and kind of joined forces with you guys. His name is Chris Simmons, if you don't know him, but yeah, it is an awesome run, sharing stories with him and hearing about his tours all over the world and where he was stationed and whatnot. So that's.
We appreciate everything you do, Ryan. I mean, here's my truth, and Ryan took this with all about him, and he said that I'm going to do it, and he got it on there, and he just wants to make a difference and show the world. And I don't know if anyone's ever taken, or we've taken the time, or if you understand what the purpose of the crest actually is. And it is actually to be a beacon. It is a dumb green, and I that's my way I say it, but it's supposed to sit on a bed of pixelated black camo or the digital camo, and it's supposed to be an oxymoron to the camo, because we're done hiding behind the scenes. We're done not being seen. We are done. We are going to be in your face. We're going to be, and I got to figure something out, guys, and maybe you guys can help me, because here's the deal. And I don't have data on the people that are coming up here and everything, but I want to say 90% of the people that come to our show and hear our show are coming for a reason and a purpose. A, to support, B, looking for help. They're the ones that shouldn't be necessarily funding the processes of helping. They've already committed. They've got skin in the game by their service. They've lost blood, sweat, tears, maybe limbs. Obviously, they can't be on here if they've lost their lives, so we don't get to hear from those ones. What do we got to do to reach the 90% of people that lay their heads on the pills of freedom every single day and don't even question it. How do we reach these people? How do we help them understand that you get to do that because of the men and women that are out there driving around in their squad cars and in their fire trucks and in the ambulances, and the ones that unfortunately, you know, Andrew had a great conversation with Scotty Hastings on the airport run about how he wasn't fighting for us and wasn't fighting for America. He was fighting for keep himself alive. I get that. But the process of signing that dotted line is a process of being something bigger than yourself. It's being bigger than yourself, and only 3% of our country does it. So
it's crazy, man.
How do we reach out? And maybe some people that are chiming in aren't veterans, aren't first responders. I don't know the numbers, but if you're on here, help me answer that question. And people often tell me, why the hell, Mark? Why would you? Now this is a different talk this week because we have an influencer on, but majority of the time we have a another boots on the ground organization on to share their mission, to share their story. Mark, why would you do that? What about the funding for your organization? I'm like, you know what? Here's the deal. We'll get there. We are providing a tackle box of opportunity, and we don't know what we're catching. I mean, we got a professional fisherman here. Some days we're going for sturgeon, and if you're going for sturgeon, you're going to use a different bait than if you're going for walleye or bass or eel pout, and it's not all of us have the same bait. And so that's why the People's Patriot Project brings people on to have those conversations, to be real, to try and help. And we got to load up these live wells, man. Literally, we got to load up the live wells. They're alive. They're still alive, and we want to keep them alive. Oh, man. Here we go.
What do you got?
I don't know. It's just exciting.
I want to say something about what you were talking about a minute ago about the 3%, about people that, it's just funny because I've heard a lot of people say what you were saying, man. They'll be like, they're not fighting for this country, or cops ain't out there for us. They're out here for a paycheck, or they're trying to fight for the way home. But it's like you said, the bigger picture, man. Ultimately, at the end, if it wasn't for these guys fighting for their life to get home, they wouldn't have the freedom in this country that we have. If you didn't have these guys out here patrolling the streets, regardless of what their reason is, it could very well be that every cop's out here working for a paycheck. Even if that was true, they're still out here and they're still protecting us. Same thing with those veterans. Even if every person signed up for the military wanted college,
Sure.
Who cares? The point is they're still out here fighting. They're still out here making freedom. And if it wasn't for that, you wouldn't do what we do. So
Andrea,
I don't know what to say to that. People just
Andrea
a lot of ignorance.
Andrea brought this to my attention the other day. Do you know what I'm talking about, Andrea? Who's fighting for our freedoms right now? You talked about this the other day.
Please. The cops are the ones right now keeping us, really balancing our freedoms in the moment right now. We live in Minnesota, so we're kind of.
Oh, I've heard. I got friends up there that it's nonstop up there. It's crazy, and if it wasn't for those cops that are protecting the civilians in the street, the civilians, I mean, it would be complete chaos.
Yep.
I mean, you would have to call in martial law. You would have to have the military, the good National Guard, but. It's the cops out here, man. It's the first responders that are saving lives. It's the people that put themselves on the front line to protect this nation. It's a joint effort. And, of course, the American people that are also fighting just to keep our rights going.
Yep. No, and that is, and my mom and I talked about it too. My answer kind of was, the police are, but when you sign up to be in the military, or you sign up as a first responder, first of all, the majority of those people that I've met have the heart that wants to help others. So that's kind of a 90% given. But but then I had to say to that comment, you also have the training that I didn't go sign up for. You also have the mindset of a soldier that I didn't sign up for. I haven't done it. So am I grateful that there are people out there jumping, into fires and jumping into war and whatever? And yeah, very grateful to those people. And, I want to be here to support when they come home and hope that they're all in one piece. So that was my take.
That's a nice segue into the purpose and the reason of why the People's Patriot Project is here, and that is to serve. We believe to serve is therapeutic. We believe that boots on the ground and sweat, blood, and tears, time, talent, and treasure, all these pieces innately help you inside. Plus, it helps others. And this is an opportunity to serve. If you never had the chance to serve, we've got a place for you. And literally, it could be as easy as sitting on the phone and just texting someone every 15 or so minutes and saying, "Hey, we're here. We got a phone bank that we can go through with that." Just being boots on the ground and having the opportunity to go be involved in an event or help an event where literally the smiles and again, it's family. It's building a family, and we are family. And it is a statement of our country and where it's going. I don't even think I want to go do a poll. Maybe this is what we'll do maybe not the next event. Maybe when we're in Nashville, we'll walk around with our microphone and we'll ask, what does your freedom mean to you? And what's freedom? Because you know what? Over in the Ukraine right now, freedom looks a lot different to them than it does us right now. And no one's shooting missiles through our apartments right now. And thank goodness it's probably never going to happen. But tell me why it's never going to happen.
I can name a couple reasons.
Yeah. It's because of the people on the screen. It's because of the people that have signed that dotted line. It's never going to happen. 9/11's coming up, man. And that is probably one of the most gut-wrenching days of my life, only because we let it happen. And when I say we, that's a whole another conversation. But to think that could happen on our grounds anytime in life, and that's not being ready. And again, our mission needs to be ready so we don't have to get ready. We need the resources. We've had to say no to a bunch of people this last recent because they asked if we didn't have it in the banks to take care of it and the resources. If you have the means, and I'm not saying us, if you know another organization, that's the great part about what we're doing is we have 180 other boots on the ground organizations that are affiliated with us. Reach out to any of them. There's a couple I wish you wouldn't, but we will have that conversation offline, and we'll help you with that if you need to know that. And you don't have to give to the People's Patriot Project, but if you have the inkling to help, time, treasure, talent, and you need a reference, reach out to us. We can point you in 180 different directions, literally.
You guys remember, I mean, the one thing about 9/11 I always talk about is, yeah, it was tragic and we lost a lot of lives, but it was a moment in America that everybody came together. You know what I mean? Like every race, every American, foreigners, immigrants, whatever, everybody was coming together to support this country. Even the countries even people that were in other countries, you could see them on the news that they were just coming together and uniting with Americans. And it was just
100%.
a time that was a tragic moment in the United States, but it was a moment that we all came together and we stayed together for a very long time. And it's scary to say that when you look at the way our country is now and it's so divided, that I feel like it's going to take another tragedy for it to happen again. And I don't know, man, because we've had multiple things happen. We've had hurricanes happen. We've had, all kinds of stuff happen where different races and stuff work together. But I don't know, man. I think it's the generations. And I think that it's just, I don't know. I'm scared to say it, but we might have to have another tragedy to bring Americans back together.
I get what you're saying. I would like to try and defeat that before it happens.
Yeah, me
And
too, man.
that's why we have we're going to be boots on the ground. I know that, there's been tornadoes this last year. There's been hurricanes this last year. We help support, Jake Stovall down with his search and rescue group. We help other organizations. And then, sadly, I hear some organizations where tragedy's happening right in their backyard and they don't do a thing. And it's got to stop. It's got to stop. And we've got to figure out how to either cut the fluff and move forward, or carry the load ourselves. And I'm willing to carry the load, and that's why we're building the network that we're building. And I can reach out to, I know anyone on this screen I can reach out to, and hundreds of people have reached out to our show tonight and had a comment. A lot I don't know, thanks to Sean and for inviting them on and having them come watch and be part of the conversation. But I want to know you. And I do want to have a conversation with you. And I want to see where we can grow, learn, and become bigger and better together. That's what I want to do. I love the idea of, the old 70 Ford commercials, minus the Ford, of course. The apple pie, fireworks, baseball, and, coming together in community. I mean, I love that idea. I love the Sandlot time and era. We're far from that, and I don't call me ignorant. I think we can get back there. I really do think we can get back there. We got to put these things down sometimes. We got to invest more into people. Andrew's probably yelling at me in the background here with a lot of stuff.
No, I was typing little notes. You guys, I got to get going. We have a dinner thing. I'm on vacation, so I got to get going.
Wow.
So I gotta head out, but you guys, Ryan, awesome to see you again. Sean, great to meet you, and I'm sure this won't be the last time we talk. Yeah, so
absolutely, we'll connect again off here.
Very cool. Thanks, guys. Have a good week.
Right. Talk to you later.
All right. Bye.
Now we can talk bad about her. Oh,
no. I'm not gone yet. Hang on.
Absolutely 100% the glue that keeps this thing going, and I appreciate everything Andrea does. And she gets to see I know it probably looks like it's all fun and frivolity. Is that the right word? And frolic with Mark Peterson, but I've got a dark side to me, and I like things a certain way. It's not like cans have to sit the same place on the shelf or anything like that. But I think our veterans and our first responders are deserving of more than what they're getting and have gotten. And I'm pretty stringent and stern about it. And not that she falls short of that. She's not. But when I have members of our organization that don't do their job or don't do what they say they're going to do, or people that say, you know what, yeah, I will do this, and then turns around and does something different. It just throws a wrench into our world, and that sounds like negative talk. It's not negative talk for me. It's just working through and moving forward and getting things done.
Learning to work through problems, man.
Absolutely. What's next for Sean? And then I'll ask Ryan the same question. You got a tournament coming up, I'm sure, but
what's next for me is I'm working. I said something earlier. I think you might have been on here. It might have been a time you got off. I'm working on a mastermind class, working on my second book. So that's going to be huge. Got a couple events coming up. I'm going to San Antonio, Texas for a speaking event. We got, for our nonprofit, Vet Life for Life, we do a annual 22K every year. And so this year we're doing our 22K December the 10th and in South Carolina, and we're going to have the whole Christmas theme. We're going to buy, we're going to raise funds, and we're going to buy, presents and Christmas for kids from veteran families that can't afford it. I just take it day by day, man. I set goals and I set these goals, and I just work towards them and don't let nothing stop me or hold me back.
I love it. And this probably won't be a surprise to you. I mean, ultimately, everyone that we have on I have a hard time calling this a show, but I guess it kind of is a show. The ultimate goal is that we find a way to collaborate, and we'll do a post show after we do our close here and have conversations about, what can we do to work together. And it's not about me filling my bank account. It's no one in my organization makes a dime. There are some organizations that they have paid supporters. I do have to feed my family. That's why I teach school during the year. It's not a great balance of doing this and that, but I'll do what I have to do until I don't have to do it anymore. So what's next for Ryan?
Well, I am actually done with tournaments for the year. That was my last one.
Okay.
And ended up placing 26th out of 61. So it wasn't terrible, but not the best. Other than that, just family trips. Got some family events going on throughout the year, and working. That's all I do.
What
So,
what was your highlight of your year for you, brother?
let's see. Highlight of the year, I would say, would be just coming together as a team that I travel with. I travel with 4 other boats. And we work very, very well together, very closely. We talk to each other daily, even if it's just poking each other and making fun of each other. We still talk to each other. And all of our guys are coming back next year, which is awesome, that we are moving into next year as another team. But I think it's just the group of guys that I travel with is the best part. And how we take care of each other. Like, for an example, one of my buddy's boats blew up this weekend, and I had a boat lined up ready to go so he could continue to fish, but he just said, I'm going home. But so, I mean, it's his decision, but we take care of each other, and we always have resources to take care of those problems. So I think that's one of the biggest highlights of my year as fishing. So
Good.
Yeah.
You're going to do the Ilpout event this year again?
I am not, because I have something going on that day, so I will not be there. I
said Ilpout. Sturgeon.
Yes. But my fishing partner will be. Chris will be there. He'll probably be wearing an American flag jersey. You won't miss him. But yeah, so he will be there as a HHO member. So
it is what it is, man. It is what it is. HHO does an amazing job. They do have an amazing mission, and we love being invited to their events when we get invited to them. So that's awesome. Gosh, it's always a little different when I don't have my counterparts here to kind of push some buttons and show us a different direction or another conversation. I am loading up real quick, everyone, our YouTube account. We didn't feature a lot of music tonight, and we'll close tonight. I think I got a great song for one of our veterans. We have roughly 90 musicians that have come on our show that are all veterans and first responders and some Patriot performers, we call them. But the majority of them, 95% of them, are all veterans. And if you haven't heard their music, you're really missing out. Shannon Book and Deliberately Broken, amazing. And I'm not going to do any justice here because they're all amazing. And so we have WeP3 Radio. We're going to relaunch that here in the next week or so. It's been down. We're doing a little management piece on that. But our YouTube station has all of our music on it. It has all of our podcasts on it. It has all of our debriefs. On Mondays, we have a young lady named Sugar Rose that comes on and does Motivation Mondays, and all of her broadcasts are on there. I dabble in competitive cooking. And I do smoking, and I try to make real elegant meals, more caveman like, so I try to show the world how you can make a beef Wellington. That's not necessarily $110 at the steakhouse, and it's delicious. And I love meat and anything that's cooked in meat. And I've got some butts out on the smoker right now, and I enjoyed some pan fried salmon tonight. With it's a whole story. Now I'm heading down the wrong path, but because in Sean's amazing crew of people, if you can go to that link and submit to it, we can get to that 1,000 person mark and get it taken care of, so we can monetize that station. And more than monetizing it, I'd rather just be able to brand it, because that's a really dumb looking URL sitting there that I wish we didn't have. I wish it was WeP3 or the People's Patriot Project, and people will know who and what we're talking about when we do that. If you're in the Minnesota area, Arby's doesn't have anything on market. I appreciate that, Tony. I have to ask, did any of you guys try the Wagyu burger from Arby's when they had it?
No.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there's any listeners out there, and they only had it for like 2 months, and it was probably the best hamburger on the fast food market. I loved it. But they couldn't keep up with demand, and so they got rid of it. And that's a terrible thing. Anyway, thanks for the squirrel moment, Tony. Let's get our YouTube going. Next week, August 27th, here in Minnesota. If you're available or you're around, we have the awesome opportunity. This is our personal event. We have Blind Joe coming with 3 other musicians, 2 being veterans, 1 being a VA nurse. All amazing music. We ask you to bring a chair, your beverage. We are planning on roasting a pig and taking care of people. And it's just a time to come, chill, hang out, listen to some good music, take some pictures, show some joy, hear some positive stories, and maybe do some buddy checks at the same time. And for those who want to do something bigger, in October, the 20th through the 25th, we will be in Nashville. We are working with Big Vinny of Trailer Choir right now, and we are lined up to be at Redneck Riviera. Yep. On the 20th of the month. We are planning on being at Tin Roof on the 24th, and we're going to put in 2 more events in between there. On top of being, me and Andrea and Dan have been invited to be on the red carpet for the Grand Ole Opry Josie Awards, and we're very excited about that because we get to feature about a half dozen of veteran and first responder musicians that are going to walk the red carpet that night. And so very excited about it. Gentlemen, you're both invited to come down. We have room. We're actually going to be staying at Big Vinny's Resort, as far as I can tell right now. He's blocked it off for the People's Patriot Project, and that we got space. And so that is an opportunity for everyone and anyone that is interested. You got to reach out to me. Let me know what's going on. Yes, that is John Rich's bar, the Redneck Riviera. So, and there are a couple opportunities we get to have because of these relationships. So, bigger, better, faster, stronger. We're getting there, guys, and I appreciate all of you guys for being here. We've reached our hour. Sean, anything in closing, brother?
Not much, man. Just a little bit. Just thank you for having me. Appreciate all that you do out here. Ryan, it was a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, pleasure to meet you too.
Big shout out to everybody that showed up. Big shout out to BPMO. Connected with them. They're doing great work with me. Great company, and just all my vet life supporters. And I would like to do this one time, if you don't mind me dropping a plug. Just kind of
please do.
go check out my book, Veteran Mindset 2.0. You can get it off of Amazon. Don't have to be a veteran. It's all about upgrading your mindset to the next level. And so go check this out on Amazon, Veteran Mindset 2.0. And that's it, man. Just thank you for having me, bro.
Thank you. You have a permanent all-time, anytime spot here with us when you are available. Okay. Mr. Schultz, what do you got going on? Anything in closing?
No, just wanted to thank you for having me and reaching out after I sent that picture today. It's always good to see you, and nice to meet you, Sean.
You too.
And we just got to keep on taking care of each other. That's about it.
A million lives, changing a million lives. I love it, Heather. Thank you. Real quick, I'd be remiss if I didn't share Andrea giving away the guitar from Operation Check 6 to John from ETS every third Saturday. And just always our crew working hard. There's Dan getting everything set up for the concert. It was amazing. If you haven't been to one of our events, you got to find a way to get there. This is where I'm doing 6 things at once, and we get to because I believe in it, because I want to do it, and it's my show now. I'm going to close with, don't go anywhere, guys, if you don't have to. Brian, did you have to get going?
Yeah, I do. I gotta put the little guy to bed, so
hang tight, Sean, but we'll get through. This is Stephen John. Life is good.
I've got 40 hours of paycheck, the pocket of these jeans. Got these Jensen's cranking George Strait circa 1993. Got the windows down and my arm laid up on the back of this bench seat. I'm headed toward the drive, the sweet little Cajun queen. Life is good, got that sun shining down on me. Life is good, there's nowhere else I'd rather be. Got my troubles in the rear view, Corona in the igloo, nothing's gonna get to me. Life is good, yeah, life is good. Pull on over to the shoulder, baby, can I have this dance? Truck doors open, she moves closer, we sway to die happy, man. Her head on my chest, my hand on her hips, honeysuckle floating on the breeze. Hope these cars flying by don't pay us no mind, cause I don't ever wanna leave. Life is good, got that sun shining down on me. Life is good, there's nowhere else I'd rather be. Got my troubles in the rear view, Corona in the igloo, nothing's gonna get to me. Life is good, yeah, life is good. About nothing, well, I ain't worried about a thing. I ain't worried about nothing. I ain't worried about a thing. Life is good, got this sun shining down on me. Life is good, I'd rather be. Got my troubles in the rear view, Corona in the igloo, nothing's gonna get to me. Life is good, yeah, life is good.
Left, your left, left, right, your left. You got it.
Truck off.